Wink News begins with breaking news.
New details in the case of a missing Southwest Florida doctor. What else happened the day he disappeared?
A man in jail for beating a dog to death. What a judge told him in court today.
A robbery stopped dead in its tracks. How a customer and an arcade employee worked together to take down the would-be crook.
No, it's not a scene from the movie Home Alone. How crooks made a wet mess inside an entire house. Wing Doppler 3X tracking a few areas of rain right now. I'm Russ McCaskey.
I'm Chris Savati. Can we expect any more showers overnight? Let's get right to Weather Authority meteorologist Greg Rule.
Well, depending upon your exact location, currently dealing with a few isolated showers, especially in our inland zones, but the majority of 75 and towards the coastline, things are looking absolutely fantastic on your late Friday night. Now, with the exception of Babcock Ranch south into the Buckingham area, tracking a few areas of some very light to moderate rain showers, and then also in our inland zones through portions of Glades County on the west side of Lake Okeechobee, dealing with a few pockets of some light to moderate rain. And then also right on top of Immokalee, you all are dealing with a scattered shower as well. And then also a few spotty showers down in central and southern Collier County. So let's time this out. The remainder of your Friday night, a couple of lingering showers likely hang around through the midnight hour in our inland zones, and then we gradually go calm and quiet overnight into the start of the weekend. But hey, it's the weekend. What can you expect? That, and we're talking the tropics coming up.
Hi, Greg. Thanks. Breaking right now. This Naples doctor, Chandra Cross, is still missing, hasn't been seen since Wednesday morning. And tonight, the Coast Guard is continuing their search and rescue mission, hoping to find him alive. The Night Beat's Lauren Leslie is live right now in Naples. Lauren, any change to the search pattern for Dr. Cross?
So, Russ, a bit of a change tonight. The U.S. Coast Guard tells me they are not going to have their helicopters in the air, so the search for Dr. Cross is going to be by water only. And, guys, time is really of the essence tonight. That is because it's been more than 48 hours since the doctor was last seen.
New tonight, it's like a scene out of the movie Home Alone. Someone breaks into a Cape Coral home, leaves the water on, and it floods the house. The Night Beat's Justin Case is live right now in the Cape. So, Justin, how much damage did this stunt do?
Well, it was about $10,000 worth of water damage to this Cape Coral home. Early Thursday morning, neighbors discovered the front door wide open and water gushing out of this house.
Breaking news now. The FBI agents who searched former President Trump's Mar-a-Lago were told to look for signs that official records were altered, destroyed, or concealed. That's according to the search warrant a federal judge unsealed today. Night Beat Skylar Henry shows us what was found. The warrant also cited two other possible violations of federal law: mishandling classified information and destruction of government property.
So what are the different types of documents that former President Donald Trump's accused of having at his Florida estate? Wink News safety and security specialist and retired FBI agent Rich Kolko joins us now to explain. Rich, thanks. Breaking news right now. Democrats in the House pass a sweeping spending package today. That's after its passage in the Senate on Sunday. The Inflation Reduction Act aims to combat climate change, lower health care costs, and raise taxes for some large corporations.
Eager to cast your vote? Early voting for the 2022 primary election begins tomorrow in Lee and Collier counties. That means everybody in our viewing area will be able to vote early starting tomorrow. Voting stations will be open from 10 till 6 through the 20th of August, so that's 1 week. Tomorrow is also the last day to request your vote-by-mail ballot.
Looking back on Hurricane Charlie 18 years later. Tonight at 10:30, the technology that could help one flood-prone area in future storms.
And a proposal to buy and revamp a former fire station. Up next, the plans developers have in mind.
Bucks Dolphins. Coverage starts Saturday at 7:30 on CW.
The cause of the fire at this beloved restaurant cannot be determined. Sanibel Fire says that the damage to the Island Cow was so bad it's unsafe to allow anyone inside. The fire started on Saturday night and rekindled on Sunday. No one was hurt. The owners are committed to renovating and reopening as quickly as possible.
Well, very cool stuff right there. And hey, what's also cool, it's Friday night. Let's talk about your weekend forecast. And I'm pretty happy, right, with the number 92 for both our tomorrow and into Sunday. Likely dealing with afternoon and evening thunderstorms across the majority of southwest Florida. As of now, Wink Doppler Live 3X radar still tracking a few pockets of some light to moderate rain. You can see that cluster of thunderstorms has literally fizzled out within the last hour on the west side of Lake Okeechobee. But right now, the main concentration currently kind of scattered across portions of Collier County and also into southern Hendry County as well. From Immokalee south and west through downtown Ave Maria, you all are dealing with a few areas of some light to moderate rain showers, and then really just kind of scattered and numerous across portions of central and southern Collier, right on top of Alligator Alley. Hey, heads up, Golden Gate, this will likely work its way on top of you all within the next half an hour to 45 minutes. Nothing strong, nothing heavy, no lightning, but just some light to moderate rain is heading your way. What can you say? Maybe some good sleeping weather, obviously, once the newscast is done. So for the remainder of your Friday night, you can expect just a few spotty showers, especially the further inland and south you live. Besides that, under a partly to a mostly cloudy sky. Now let's quickly transition down to the tropics, and we're tracking Invest 98L, a very wide and disorganized area of low pressure and scattered showers and thunderstorms located in the northern Gulf. As of now, just has sustained winds of 25 miles per hour. And you can see a loop over the last many hours. The loss of daytime heating has also helped losing that daytime convection. You can see maybe just the broadest of an open swirl right in that general region. That's where that area of low pressure is. And what our Invest Spaghetti models are thinking is it's likely going to work its way down to the south and west over the next 24 to 36 hours, potentially becoming a tropical depression, but it really needs to get its act together. It's going to run out of real estate very soon, as likely going to work its way into coastal Texas sometime late tomorrow night and through the early morning on Sunday. Likely going to be a rainmaker across coastal Texas, bringing some much needed and very beneficial rainfall to that general region. So the National Hurricane Center has this at a very low 10% chance of development within the next 2 to 5 days. But happy to report, besides that, the Atlantic, it's quiet. Let's keep it that way. Kind of keep me anxiety-free over the next couple of months. I'm certainly liking a calm and quiet Atlantic forecast. But as of now, scattered rain and thunderstorms tomorrow, Sunday, and that trend continues all of our next upcoming work week with highs in the lower 90s and overnight morning lows in the mid to upper 70s.
Hi, Greg, thanks. Making sure that your child navigates school on the right path.
Still ahead at 10:30, the topics our Attorney General wants you to discuss with them.
And the Southern Baptist Convention under federal investigation. What we know so far.
But first, a couple going strong for nearly 50 years, how their love is strengthened through caring for wildlife.
Struggling to make ends meet, just keeping your lights on. Now, almost $3 million is here to help you. I'm Corey Lazar. We'll show you how the state is sending money to Southwest Florida to help with your water and utility bills. How you can apply Monday on Wake News This Morning.
They say birds of a feather flock together.
Joan and Jim Bajek have been flying through life together for 49 years. And as Wake News anchor Lisa Hudson shows us, their love for each other is only surpassed by their love for Sanibel's wildlife. And laugh about it, apparently. Joan and Jim have been volunteering for 5 years now at Crow. They could use some help, though. The clinic is hosting a volunteer orientation 2 weeks from today on the 26th. So if you're interested in saving our Sanibel sea creatures, head to this story on weeknews.com.
Well, you can tell that they certainly enjoy what it is that they do there. So.
Oh, yeah, and his laugh is so infectious. You can't help enjoy just hearing him talk.
Exactly. Yeah, so go help them out if you can. All right, more changes taking place at Peloton. The employees being let go to help the company try to bounce back.
A warning before you shop with Carvana, why our state says it'll be a while before you can drive one of their vehicles.
Now, from Southwest Florida's most trusted news, this is Wink News at 10.
Now on the Night Beat, tomorrow marks 18 years since Hurricane Charlie, how new technology could help Southwest Florida's flood-prone areas.
One man finds a unique and humane way to deal with invasive iguanas. How an old music device helps scare them off.
A life-changing update for a domestic abuse survivor, the new smile she wears after being physically disfigured by her abuser.
Parents struggle to find a special medication to help their kids focus in school. Why ADHD medications are getting harder to obtain.
First this half hour, tomorrow marks 18 years since Hurricane Charlie ripped through southwest Florida. Hello again, everyone. I'm Chris Safati.
And I'm Russ McCaskey. We're glad you're sticking with us. Punta Gorda was hit hard, and now people who live there have come up with a way to lift homes to avoid flooding. The Night Beat's Tiffany Rizzo went to Punta Gorda to see how they're preparing for the next big storm.
This former NFL player will be allowed to travel to Florida to visit his one-year-old son after assaulting the child's mother. Last year, Zach Stacy was caught on camera attacking the mother of his son in her Orange County apartment. Stacy's set to go on trial for aggravated battery and criminal mischief next month. Initially, he was banned from entering Florida except for scheduled hearings. Today, during a pre-trial hearing, the child's mother did express concern for her safety, and the judge specified that the child exchange would have to happen at a police department. The gunman who died after trying to enter an FBI office called for federal agents to be killed on social media. This is the one that happened in Cincinnati this week. The post comes after the FBI raid of former President Trump's home at Mar-a-Lago. Posts from Ricky Schiffer on Truth Social included a call to arms and an urge for people to be ready for combat. Another message said if users didn't hear from him, it means he tried attacking the FBI. Schiffer was killed following an hours-long standoff in a rural area.
New tonight, the Southern Baptist Convention is under investigation by the Justice Department. This comes after multiple problems within the denomination related to clergy sex abuse. Earlier this year, a more than 200-page report detailed how the SBC mishandled sex abuse claims and mistreated victims. The SBC says its executive committee has received a subpoena and urges its denomination to cooperate with the investigation.
A new effort to improve your commute. The Transportation Department will allocate $2.2 billion for local infrastructure projects across the U.S. This includes new bridges, roads, and bike lanes. A total of 166 projects will get money. Think twice before purchasing a vehicle with Carvana. The Florida DMV filed 2 new administrative complaints against the online car dealer. The state says Carvana fails to transfer titles to customers within the 30 days required by Florida law. In one case, a person waited more than 100 days to get a title. Carvana has 21 days to respond to the complaint, or Florida could suspend or revoke its license.
A Southwest Florida man is using a strange method to try to keep invasive iguanas out of his yard. CDs are now hanging in his trees in his Cape Coral home, where they have been a problem for years. The Night Beat's Samantha Johns has more on this strategy. I kind of like the CD angle.
I kind of do too.
I got to do something with those old Twisted Sister CDs.
I've got drawers of right, because you haven't been listening to those in a while.
It's been a while.
See what else they'll get rid of in your yard too.
Wink News, the Weather Authority.
And scattered rain chances return to the area this upcoming weekend and all of next work week. My full forecast, including your 10-day, coming up.
Another shakeup at Peloton. The number of workers the company is laying off.
A life-changing update for a domestic abuse survivor. Her new smile after suffering physical wounds from her abuser.
It is Friday, and TGIF, that's not the only thing you have to be thankful for. Southwest Florida, your gas price average coming in at $3.72, that according to AAA. Now, we've done the work to find the best price in each area. In Charlotte County, that's at the Gulf Station. It's $3.45 at the Gulf Station, this North Tamiami Trail and Easy Street. We'll turn an eye to the Cape. Murphy, USA, you're $3.64. This is Del Prado Boulevard South and Southeast 17th Street. Then in the Fort Myers area, Winkler and Cypress Lake Drive, that's where you'll find this 7-Eleven station coming in at $3.55. Then we'll head out east to Lehigh Acres. The best price we can find, it's at Exxon. It's $3.43. This Homestead Road North and Taylor Lane Extension. Then we'll turn an eye down south in Collier County. The best price we can find is at Exxon. It's $3.69. This is at Airport Road North and Pine Ridge Road. That's your Pump Patrol, Belinda Post, Wink News.
A new start at life can be difficult to navigate for survivors of domestic abuse. It's especially hard for those who live with physical injuries caused by their abuser. Tonight, Wink News anchor Nicole Gabe explains how one woman will no longer see the wounds of her past.
And a low lovely start this morning. Downtown Fort Myers looking to the west over the Caloosahatchee. Some high, thin cirrus clouds. And then those finally gave way to some of those puffy cumulus fair-weathered clouds, but really didn't have too much in the way of organized rain or thunderstorms across the majority of Lee County this afternoon, with the exception of this one light little sprinkle that I caught in the background working its way over Cape Coral around 4 to 4:30 today. The majority of the rain and thunderstorms southwestern Collier County earlier this afternoon. Now, we had a lovely looking sunset to end off our work week across southwest Florida, and now let the fun and games begin. 76 and 94, your morning low and afternoon high. 70 and 97 are the records, and 75 and 92 are the averages for this date and time. Outside numbers right now in the upper 70s, Fort Myers, lower to mid 80s, Palm Beach, south through Miami, and out extending into the Florida Keys. Now, we had a mix of mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies this afternoon under that northerly influence in our upper layers of the atmosphere. And you can see within the last couple of frames here, still currently dealing with a partly cloudy sky across the majority of southwest Florida. And you know what? Some of that cloud cover, even producing some rain and thunderstorms, have begun to develop just within the last half an hour or so. The bulk of it currently in central Collier, right on top of Alligator Alley, south through the Tamiami Trail. But I am watching this kind of front little wave of light to moderate rain extending through portions of central and working their way into western Collier, maybe extreme southern Lee County. So let's kind of time this out for you as these little pockets of rain showers do move to the west at roughly about 10 to 15 miles per hour. So heads up, the vineyards, 5 or 10 minutes from now, Park Shore just on the top of the hour, Bonita Springs at about 11:10, and then the list goes on from Estero and into Levers Key by around 11:30 to 11:45. If this holds together over the next hour or so. It'll be gone over the next 5 to 7 days, which will allow better opportunities for those scattered rain and thunderstorms. That's what I've got over the next 7 to 10 days. Afternoon highs steady in the lower to mid 90s, and your morning lows mild and muggy in the mid to upper 70s. Hey, thanks for tuning in to Wink News at 10. Stick with us. We're coming right back.
Check out this rare orange lobster. It's now at Ripley's Aquarium of the Smokies. That's after being discovered at a restaurant in Gatlinburg. The chance of finding an orange lobster, they say, is about 1 in 30 million. The surprise here is they now have 2. Another one was donated 2 weeks ago from Mississippi.
Maybe it's not as rare as they thought.
Yeah, less rare.
Right. In addition to preventing crime, Ring doorbell cameras also capture some funny moments. A new TV show will be centered around this. Amazon's Ring and MGM studio companies will launch a half-hour show called Ring Nation on September 26th. It'll be hosted by comedian Wanda Sykes and feature heartwarming, heroic, and silly content caught on Ring cameras. It has yet to be announced where the show will air.
It does catch a lot of interesting things. That's
it does catch a lot of interesting things. I thought they might show us one in advance, but apparently not.
That would be nice, right?
We'll have to wait till September.
Yeah. We'll get a taste then.
Thanks for joining us at 10 o'clock.
And for making the switch also, you can do that right now. Wink TV at 11. Hope you have a great night. For more news, stick with us.